folks. Welcome along to another episode of Azure Community Enthusiasts. I'm here with my usual co-host, Nick. Say hello,
Hello,
Nick.
hi everyone.
We're back freshly minted from the Microsoft MVP
So
Summit.
MVP
So
Summit.
it
Yeah,
took me about 4 days for my jet lag to go. I don't know if you had any, Nick. You were telling me on the way over
yeah.
you don't normally get jet lag, but
Not when you come back, but when you go in, there's a time zone difference. You come back, it
it's
should be
normally for me.
okay.
It's the way back. It's tough. It's tough. Um,
Yeah,
so we've got another two awesome speakers for tonight. So let's bring up the intro, Nick, and we'll get kicked off.
sure. So so this is the code of conduct. So all members of this group should abide by this code of conduct. Be friendly and welcoming to everyone. Be patient. Be thoughtful. Be respectful, inclusive, and be open and curious. So always try to understand and not to criticize. Let's do this one.
Yeah, sure. So two speakers tonight, folks. We have Prathap Reddy, who's an associate consultant in Eviden and also a Microsoft MVP. Prathap is going to give us a session on text generation with Azure AI Studio. So we're going to learn how to build a basic chatbot. Once Prathap is finished, we're going to have Thomas Bründl on, who's a hybrid cloud and data center expert. So harken back to my old roots of cloud and data center management. And Thomas is going to talk about Azure Advisor and the well-architected framework. So two really important topics to put up. And Nick, you mentioned earlier, we'll say to Pratap in a few minutes, but we've got some commitment with regards to time zones and what time it is for Pratap at the moment. So
Yeah,
you want to
sure.
talk about what's coming up next?
Yeah, so the next episode is on 8th of next month. So we have two community members joining us, Richard Cooper and Wesley Hackman. They both join up to do a session on node auto provision on AKS. And we have Robin Smirkberg, sorry I pronounced it wrong, I'm not, and doing Terraform with Flux.
Awesome.
Yeah, so just
any
ask
questions, just make it interactive. You know the drill
Yeah.
now, folks. We'll be on while the guys are talking, myself and Nick will be on all the regular socials to answer any questions.
So let's bring Prathap into the panel.
Hi everyone. Hi Nick. Hi Kevin.
Hello.
So hi
Prathap,
everybody.
what time is it there?
What time is it over
It's
there?
probably 1 o'clock, 1 a.m.
1 a.m.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
Thanks for
commitment.
joining.
Thank you. So hello everybody. Welcome to everyone. And very good morning, good afternoon, good evening from all over the world. First of all, thank you so much, Nick and Kevin, for this opportunity. So can I start the session?
Yeah, work away. Over to you now.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so today we can talk about this Azure AI Studio. So this Azure AI Studio is the one of the best and more futuristic studio that we have seen in this Azure OpenAI. I mean, you know, right? So we have lots of studios in Azure, like language studio, speech studio. We have document. I mean, different studios in Azure OpenAI. So why this Azure AI Studio? They are introducing into this OpenAI, and we have there is one chart. There is so we need to talk about this. Like why? What is the importance of this AI Studio and everything? So what are the capabilities of this Azure AI Studio? Everything we need to talk about this AI Studio. So I need to create one simple copilot. So bring your own data and everything. I didn't try any demos for this one. We can try along with the for this side. Okay, for this time consist, I can do that one. Okay, and yeah. So before I'm going to this one, so I need to introduce myself. So I'm an associate consultant at Eviden. So I'm working as a data engineer, and so probably I'm going for some lots of stuff regarding this Azure Databricks and Data Factory and Microsoft Fabric. Sometimes I can go for this visualization parts like the Data Factory, sorry, Power BI and all, Power BI tools like that. So and so from the 20% of the my I looking for this RPA to automations and all, and so initially, so I started my journey as a author. So writing articles and doing some writing some books and small books in my colleges, and I can come back to some the LinkedIn community and all. So I probably writing some authors, and I'm writing some articles and all, so based on this Azure AI only. And I'm doing so I'm a blogger. I have some my own YouTube channel as well, so I'm doing some stuff regarding this Azure all the services, and also I have some communities. I have a very small community, like the innovation tech community. And I am a global speaker. I hold 7x Azure certificate. And so recently the Microsoft recognized me as the Microsoft most valuable professional in the category of artificial intelligence, in the subcategories like Azure OpenAI and machine learning. I'm really happy about this recognition. And once again congratulations to the my one of the the Nicholas Chang. So because me and Nicholas Chang got the this opportunity, this recognition from the same time in the January month, January 9th. So I'm really happy about that. This is all about the my very brief introduction. And if you want to connect with me, so related to Azure AI, and if you want to deploy any something about this, everything related to this AI, and you can connect with me on LinkedIn, or probably connect with me, Nicholas Chang, and everything. So we probably give you some guidance towards this Azure AI and all. And meanwhile, you can drop your queries related to this about my Azure AI Studio, and how this Azure AI Studio will give you the better uh, business values to the customers and clients perspective. So I would like to show you that one as well. Okay, so try the latest model. Yeah, so why we need to try the latest model? So we have in the Microsoft itself, means that they eventually they're giving some different models. So they updating the different. So in that way we have some that one latest update is that Microsoft Azure AI Studio. So we have this explore robust and growing the categories of pre-built and commutable front end with open source models. Yes, we have some different types of open source models. In that model, so we have the Azure AI Studio is the one of the thing. So we need to try this models. So we need to utilize these models into the different applications. So we need to do this Azure AI Studio. So Azure AI Studio stuff is a very big thing. So they integrated different types of prompt engineering prompts, and bring your own data, and so automated ML models, and create your own copilot and every. Yeah, so it was very fantastic. So while you are going to towards this one, and I can go for the next slide. Yeah, so build the way you want to. So whatever the thing, so for example, let's say, so your business requirement is a different thing. So if you want to create one particular thing, like for example, you have some one set of data. So I want to create a copilot for my own data. So let's go to this Azure AI Studio. You just upload that files, whatever the sorry, how can we say that, whatever the data you have, you need to update that one, or you need to give the destination path and everything. And then you can go for building the copilot. By the way, building your own copilot by using this Azure AI Studio. And what, so this Azure AI Studio and all, they'll give you the trusted, they will give you the very trustworthy uh, services for the customers or the client's perspective as well. So that's why the create AI models with the first code experience and accessible UI validation developers with the disabilities as, and integrate your data. Yeah, yes, that's what is. So for example, let's say, so in the month of, and so whenever the chat GPT is into the public preview, so in the month of the September 5, I think so, September 5, 2022. So it was launched. Within 5 days, we have the 50 millions. If you have 50, I don't know exactly the exact number. I think 50 million or 5 million users within the 5 days, they are getting that one. So because the chat GPT is one of the powerful art, AI bot. So we have to give the like we need to ask some different prompts. So they will give you the different based on the prompts, they will give you the responses as well, like that way. So in the Samsung company also, they are provided some different information about their confidential information to that particular model. there the trustworthy between the something, and so we have there is some trustworthy between the data and data security and everything. So in this Azure AI Studio and all, so whatever the data you need to give you to the particular model, and thus you don't want to bother about it. So whatever the things that you are confidential information and everything is safe and secure. So it's 100 out of 1,000. It's I mean 100. So I mean trustworthy is very very high. So compared to the anyone, and it seamlessly integrate your data into one lake in the micro. For example, we need to integrate the your data by using this one lake, and we have some the Microsoft Fabric is the that is one product, one architecture. And we can say so there is a, so everything that everything in the one single umbrella that is called Microsoft Fabric. So that is so we have the one organizations like having the one lake and one organization having one drive. Like that we have the Microsoft itself having the all the data itself in that particular integration. So we need to connect with Microsoft Fabric, or else you need to update your whatever the files you have, what are the I mean everything you need to integrate. For example, you have the CSV format, XML formats, you need to upload that files into this blob storage, and you need to connect with this Azure AI Studio to that particular storage containers as well. Later you can create your own AI Studio, I mean, so Copilot, and whatever the things you need to create accordingly. Okay, now we can go for orchestrate AI solutions. Orchestrate AI solutions with, so we have to integrate the GitHub code spaces and the semantic kernel, and we have the long chain options as well, and access pre-built capabilities to build apps quickly. Yeah, we have like orchestrate AI solutions. So we need to go for the different solutions to create the first. Let's see. So our customers needs some business requirement. For example, let's say, so I'm working as a data engineer in the in Evident. Also, one of my clients asked me is to create some different use cases. Like for example, so we are created one application. So they need so they have some a long chain of data. For example, they have some their own database. So they asked me like I mean I mean clients asked me, Pratap, you need to create one. A bot to this my own data. So when, for example, let's say, so our own so one of my colleagues, so are very bothering about their extracting the data and all. So while in that situations, what we do is so we need to create one chatbot. So simply we can say we can create one bot to that particular application. We have to give some API to that particular application. We need to do some code stuff and everything. So then we need to go that particular application into the live. Then what we do, so we need to ask the several questions. We need to test that application, for example, and in this application we need to ask the several questions like is the particular for example, let's say, so I need to ask some, so we have some the metadata in that particular DB. So they need to ask some different questions. So everything will be, so before that it will take a lot of time. So for example, 1 hour or 2 hour time. So that time will be very reduced to very in the within the like fraction of seconds. So within the fraction of seconds you get the value. I mean, for example, let's say, I mean, it will, so previously it will take 1 hour or 2 hours. So now it will take 2 or 3 seconds. It will get your business requirement within the seconds. Like that way, we can orchestrate our AI solutions by using this AI Studio and all. By using this integrated GitHub code spaces, like that we can leverage all the solutions into the one particular destinations or like that. I don't know exactly how can we say that this is, so this orchestration solution is very very big thing. So we need to go for but only one more thing is that this Azure AI Studio is the very big thing. So we need to like OpenAI having lots of services like that is Azure AI Studio having the lots of pre-built models. We need to go to create one particular thing. It will take a lot of time to create. So we can conduct one workshop for this particular thing and all. So now I can go for CM for business innovations. So everything is right. So whenever we need to create one particular application and all, we need this empower this business innovations, like improve customer experience, of course. So how can we improve the customer experience? Like they need to use our applications, like personalize the content and interactions and reduce the wait times. Yeah, of course. So they need, so we need to ask some the feedback so about our application, so about their experience regarding our application. So is there any way to improve my application in that way? So like that way, we need to ask the customers' experience, and also they will. Frequently we need to ask the feedbacks, and we need to update that particular application like that. And reduce the organized risk. Yes, of course, the reduce the, for example, let's say in the previously I say that, so for the, we have the one day metadata, we need to extract one particular data, it will take 2 or 3 hours of time. Now it will so once we attach, I mean we need to integrate the AI bots and all, it will automatically reduce the times up to 1 or 2 3 seconds only, it will, we will get that. So because the accuracy level of this Azure AI Studio and all everything is very very high. So that's why we need to reduce the organization risk by using this AI Studio. And yeah, so like that it says that a lower burden of risk, and it aid in the new discoveries of organization and improve work quality. Yes, of course. So improve work quality. So previously, yeah, so the work quality by using this Azure AI Studio or micro, I mean Azure AI, it is the greatest work quality up, I mean compared to any of them, because the decrease the chance of human errors using the data and tools. Yes, of course. For example, the humans can do the lots of errors and all, so but AI cannot. So only thing is that we need to train your AI model in a perfect manner. So once you train your model in perfect manner, the, I mean the chances of errors is very very low by using this AI and all. So but the chances of errors by handling the human is very high, because we are humans, we have to think in a different ways. We need to, like, it's a like agile compatibility, so we can think by very short time like that. I can say that so improve the work quality based on the humans, it is very very um that too, the work quality within the short time, it is not possible by the humans. So that's why we need to integrate this AIs into this, whatever the application, whatever the requirements, we need to go for this AI and all. Then it is a better empower the business innovations by using this Azure AI, by using this improve work quality and all, enhance productivity and efficiency. Yes, of course, by using this Azure AI Studio and Azure AI, so we have to enhance our productivity and efficiency. Yes, of course. Previously, say like it will took one particular application takes 3 or 4 days to create, and everything end to end perspective. It will take, I mean, for example, let's say it will take 3 to 4 months. Now, probably by using this AI and all, it will take 1 or 2 weeks only. So by using, so the compatibility, the enhancing the productivity and efficiency is very high. So that's why the customers also looking this Microsoft. And one more thing is that Microsoft AI is the best. I mean, one of the it will, Microsoft occupy the all the AIs in the, I mean Microsoft, everyone is trusted the Microsoft AI. So now it, I think it is the top, it will occupy the, all the AIs in the, I think it is the thing, I don't know exactly how can we say that. Uh, the IT market is and all everything is now it will come under the Microsoft AI. So AWS and Google is behind the Microsoft, because it will hand, I mean take, so because of this NVIDIA partnership, so NVIDIA is the one of the powerful artificial intelligence they are creating, and we have some the different data centers, we have the different servers, and everything will work in very perfectly. Like that, they are enhancing the productivity and efficiency by using this Azure AI I mean not by using Azure, who are the those who are the using Azure, they're very happy about this Microsoft products and all. Now, what are the capabilities of this Azure AI Studio? So we have the different capabilities, build your own copilot and enterprise chat and incorporate multimodality and speech analytics. So build your own copilot means, let's say, so build your own copilot in the sense, so for example, let's say, so you have your own organizational data. So what we need to do is, so we need to create one particular copilot for your own organization. So we need to end-to-end perspective. We need to create by using this Azure AI Studio. You need to create one copilot, and in the, for the copilot, you need to do your work stuff according to that one. And one more thing is this enterprise chat. So enterprise chat is, it's a premium version. As if you go to, and if you want to, if you need to connect with this particular I mean, end-to-end perspectives of this Microsoft and this business perspective, you need to go and use this enterprise chat, and it's also high, very expensive. I think it's a premium version, I think. And incorporate multimodality. So this incorporate multimodality is the one of the best thing. So we need to go for the different multimodalities features, and if we can go and you can utilize these capabilities in this Azure AI Studio. And sorry, and we have some the speech analytics. Yes, of course, we have some speech analytics in this Azure AI Studio, and we can go and utilize all these services. These are the some basic capabilities of Azure AI because it was in the it is in the live public preview, and of course in the backend it will is in the still in public preview and everything. So, but you can use and utilize these capabilities of this Azure AI Studio, and now we can go for yeah, I think it is all these things. So now I can share my mm, screen to present something about how where I need to go, and I can share my screen. Yeah, I think my screen is visible, right? Yeah. So 1 second. I think my screen is visible, right? Yeah. Okay. Now, so what we need to, so before we go going to that one, so I need to create how can, so from the basics point of view too, I need to tell you how to create that and all. So now first of all we need to go for the portal.azure.com. It's the official website of this Azure AI Studio. Sorry, Azure Playground. So, so for this Azure Playground, we need to go and log in with your credentials. I have my MVP account. I need to go and I need to utilize my all the services by using this credit limit that given by the Microsoft. So I have some different two directories. One is default directory, and I have one Microsoft directory. I need to use all. So before going to this creating one resources and all, we need to check the credit limit. So how much credit limit you have, and so I have 10,119 rupees of Indian rupees of credit limit remaining. So by you need to check what how much credit limit you have and everything, because so whatever the service you have utilizing everything, so it will exhausted some amount of uh, credit limit and all. So for example, if you are a speaker, if you are a beginner, so whenever you have to create one resource, because let's say we have three types of resource, I mean pricing tiers. So one is the pay as you go, and everyone has to use that one only. And the second one is the free trial subscription. The free trial subscription is the very, I mean, general thing. So if you go for the 30 days of free trial, you can go and use that all these services. Okay. And third thing is that the student accounts. If you are I mean student at the reputed college and tier 1 college, you can go and utilize your email address, and you can eligible for 1 month of free trial subscription, and you can utilize all the services. I think it will they will give you $150, sorry, $100, I think. For the free trial for everyone, you need to utilize the credit card or debit card. You can give you that they will exhausted 2 rupees, and then you can it will automatically debit it to your account. And uh, and automatically it will credit to your account. Once it will debit it within 2 or 3 minutes, it will automatically credit it to your account. And so for the pay as you go, so how much of amount that you have been crea- by using, sorry, how can I say, for example, for a particular service you are using $3,000, sorry, $300 or 400, that much amount you need to pay for that particular service. So when you are going for the any enterprise way, or else you need to go for this free trial and all, you can utilize that one. And then so I have my MVP's account, and I need to utilize it. So before I going to this one, you need to create one Azure AI Studio resource group. Okay, what I do is I need to search for, so I'm already it was in the preview only. So what I need to, in the search button, you need to go and search for Azure AI Studio, AI Studio. Okay. And yeah, so you just tap onto the Azure AI Studio. You need to, so I'm already created one Azure AI Studio, but I need to create one more studio because I need to go and use some services. I need to show you how to create one particular service in the Azure AI Studio. I just tap onto this Azure AI Studio. then I need to tap onto the resource group as a demo. So if you are also, you need to go and create instantly, like blah blah blah, you just give me, and instantly it will create one resource group on that. So I don't want to create one more resource group, I am go for the demo resource group only. So region you need to select, so I need to go for the US to US source friends and all. And yeah, so one thing I need to, one second, I need to check which region it will work for this one. And give me a second, I need to check what
Pratap, while you're checking that, I just wanted to chip in. You mentioned about checking like the credit and making sure you know that you keep close to understanding your costs for this because it's not free. And obviously, if you build an Azure
yeah,
AI solution, and if you build it, I won't say incorrectly, but if you put the biggest models and the biggest data behind it, your cost can spiral. So what I
yeah,
would always recommend, and I think Thomas will talk a little bit about the well architected framework later as well. But what I would always recommend to anybody watching this is to always ensure that you have a best practice deployed Azure landing zone in place before you put any AI or any services into Azure, because with a good landing zone, you can introduce an aggressive Azure cost management policy where you'll get visibility of cost before, during, and after the deployment of your resources. You can have things
yeah,
like budgets alerting. You can even put automation in to shut the workloads down or even delete them if you want to be that aggressive. So, just on that point, not so much for you, but just for anyone watching, do be very mindful of costs. But there are ways within Azure that you can put the guardrails in to stop those
mm,
costs spiraling very, very easily.
yeah. So okay, since I need to go that one. And so one second, so by using this, so we have some the different regions, and I need to select, so Australia, I'm already created one Australia East and East US as well. I need to select one more region, so I need to select for yeah, some, yeah, South India, like that. So I need to give one unique name, for example, Azure AI East I can give. So whatever the name you have given to this particular one, that is the unique name. Okay, so now can go for the friendly name, and so that will default it will take, and then I can, they will select one the default project resource group and all, and I can go for the resources and all. So resources and all, they are in, I mean, defaultly it will select some resource group and all. So I need to make it as a defaultly. Now I can go for the networking, so I need to tap on to the network resolution as a isolation as a public one, and we have some the private and private approved with outbound and private approved with so internet outbound or approved outbound. So I need to select it as a public one as well. Now I can go for Microsoft manager key. So if you have the customer manager keys, you need to go and you have to give select your keys as based on your requirement. And I can go for identify tags and review plus creator. So once you so whatever the details you have given, so once the validation is completed, you need to go and utilize all the services in the Azure. So the validation is paused. Now I can go for the tap on to create button. Okay, so it will took some time to create that particular application, like probably 2 or 3 minutes. So it will take. Okay, now before that I am already created one service. Okay, so now I just go through this Azure AI Studio preview. Okay, so this is the playground of this Azure AI Studio. And yeah, so here we see we have some different uh, yeah, tiles we see, like so build your own copilot assistant API with assistant, build your custom APIs, like build your own assistant API and build your own copilot by using your own data, and improve, incorporate multimodality models and Azure AI SDKs. And we have, I'm already created one project recently, like that we can go and you can utilize this one. Now I can go and create one, build our own copilot model. So I need to create this one, and I need to select this one. Okay, yeah, so give me a second. Okay, so give me a second. Yeah, what I do is one second. So for this one I need to select some, so they're asking some, I need to add some details, so I need to deploy some projects here. So I need to create one project here. I need to go for real-time endpoint and this one. Okay, and for this one, so there, I think, okay, wait, it is locked. Okay, I need to go. I need to tap onto the Azure 3.5 Turbo 16K, and yeah, okay. So I need to utilize this model. Okay, wait, yeah. So I think it will, something will happen. I don't, whether it is not working in this particular area or not. So I will tell you. So what are the features that will be available in this by creating one particular application? So only thing is that you need to bring your own data. Like, so you just tap onto data. So I'm already uploaded some data. So I just tap onto new data. So you just to give me her data source, like so where the exactly data falls are. So now I can, what I do is I need to, so if you have the URL and you can give that URL, you have the workspace in the blob storage or so like whatever the storage you need to give that one, or else you need to go and upload some data. So upload files. Okay, I need to tap on here and upload files. So I have already some documents. So like I need to tap on to upload these files. Okay, yeah, so I need to tap on to this one and tap on to next. So once the uh, 1 second. So once you upload these files and all, you just give me the name like demo Azure. Okay, tap on to create. So once your project is created, I mean your data is uploaded, then you can go and utilize this one. So here they are showing like so in the data you are just showing, so what is the version. So it is the first version of this or more or one model, a data model. And if you want to create your no new version, you just tap on to create that one. If you want again, you can go and utilize the, if you have any like storage URL or you have the same files and all, you just update your files and all. Frequently you can change accordingly. For example, let's say I need to tap on to upload the files. Okay, I just tap onto these files. I need to upload the files. Okay, so like that, for example, let's say I need to upload some, yeah, png formats. Okay, so then I can tap onto this one. So I just click onto the, if there is any model is already, if any data is already existent, I just revoke that one. Okay, so tap onto this, and same thing again, you need to tap onto create one. So I like that one. You need to change your versions accordingly, and we have some indexes as well, like so we need to create some indexes for your own model. You just tap onto index button and just tap onto this particular model, what is the data, and I need to tap onto the data source. And yeah, so I need to upload some files. So like that, I need to again, I need to upload some files. So 1 second, I need to update some files and I will show you how to create some custom model for this one. And I just tap on here and I need to tap on to next, and I need to select for this Azure resource group. Okay, I need to tap on to the subscription. I have the Visual Studio subscription, and yeah, so defaultly, okay, okay. So I think, so I didn't created any. Click for info. Please choose the Azure AI resource. Uh, Okay, so for my particular subscription, I don't have this Azure AI service as of now. 1 second, I need to go for, I need to create anything. Okay, so for this one, so what we need to, so for this and Azure AI indexes and all, I will tell you honestly how what is the backend it will done, what is the purpose of this Azure indexes and all. So we need to give some, for example, we need to some update some index files and all, and then it will go for this. So we need to give some such settings. So we need, for example, it is any restrictions for your search model and all, you just give you that restrictions, and we have some index settings as well. And once we have to give all these index settings and all, you need to go and tap onto the review and finish the button. So once your validations and everything is good, then it is okay, then you have to create one index models for your particular thing like that. So I think I'm not, I think for my particular resource, I think I don't have, I know I don't want to create any indexes. So let's go for another model. So we need to go for the create some deployments and all. So I'm trying to create one model, but I don't know exactly what happened to my particular enterprise to create one account and all. I just go for pay as you go. Okay. Oh yeah. Yeah, let's see. So yeah, availability of this and all, I think this is not available. So I think this is the issue for my particular region. Okay, so I would like to try for this particular region, because okay, I'm created one particular resource, right, for this region like Aju, I mean South India. I need to go for utilize this service. Let's say it will work or not. Launch studio. So give me some time. I think probably I have 9 more minutes. Probably I'd like to show you. Yeah, now it's the home. So it's the playground of this South India region. I just selected the South India region, and I can go for build your own AI assistant. Yeah, just tap on here. Let's see. I need to give my assistant setup. Like I need to give Azure enthusiast and instructions. I don't want to give any deployment phase. Okay, create the new deployment using this deployments page. This more supported from the based on the okay. So before that, I need to create one deployment page. Okay, so first I need to go for and create one deployment one, and I need to go. Okay, so whether it is working or not, I don't know exactly. Sorry. Yeah. Mm, mm-hmm. Chart completions. Okay. So we have 1.6.1.6 models in this Azure AI Studio. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So this one, I'm unable to move forward. What happened? Okay. Okay. Wait. Wait. My God. I think I don't know exactly. So whether it is available or not, I'm unable to move forward to this one. Yeah. Let's wait and see. 1 second. I just retry once. I don't know exactly. I tried recently in the Nigeria group. It will the playground and all everything is work. Assistance or chart completion. I need to deploy one playground. Okay. For the deployments also I need to go and I need to select that. But yeah. So for they're asking some deployments. For this deployments, I select from different regions. But I don't know exactly. So my subscription and all, it's not valid, or I don't know exactly. Because so my MVP subscription and all, so they're say, I mean they're given some services to utilize and all. Some regions they are not given me to utilize all the service. I don't know exactly what happened to my subscription and all. uh Yeah, I think this is the happening. 1 second. mm, I need to change any settings. Okay. No, nothing. Chat playground is also not working. Images and all I will try. I need to go for deployment. Yeah, I would like to show you the VS code for this one and all where I need to go. Yeah, GBU the computer must be between 3 to 24. Okay, I need to tap on to create. So to create a compute for the development, and so I need to launch this one, standard one. Oh God. Okay, 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 okay. And yeah, I'm Nick. So I have some problem with my subscription and all. I think it didn't work. And yeah, overview and also I'm already think, but let's see in the deployment and all. 1 second. Content filters. No, 1 second. I have evolution. Yeah, we have some features, but I don't know exactly. So I would like to what can I do this? So once um I need to record this particular AI service, and this particular how to create text generation with Azure AI Studio. And also I think so while I'm creating deploying once a particular I mean GPT models and also I think it is not moving forward. Yeah, so we can say yeah for this one it is working. Let's say prompt flow and also the prompt flow and us right, so we need to create one particular prompt flow for your create one standard flow or chat flow or evolution flow. I need to create something in a demo for you today. I just tap onto chat flow. This is based on language studio. Create tap onto create button. Let's say it will work or not, or else we can go for Thomas for today.
To be
Yeah,
fair, Pratap, like a lot of the services are either in preview or some of them are only available in different
yeah,
regions.
yeah,
And whenever I do a live demo, if it doesn't work, I just like to think that people appreciate the fact that it was a live demo, not pre-recorded,
yeah,
because
yeah,
it's too easy to pre-record. But to be fair, you've showed the whole structure, right? You've showed where you can choose your different models, whether it's GPT 3.5, GPT 4.
yeah,
You don't even have to use the standard models that like those you can
yeah,
pick from the open source
yeah,
ones, and build out the same kind of flows regardless of which model or which large language model that you need to deploy.
yeah. Yeah, for example, let's say so whenever we in the Azure AI Studio, so previously we have some same models in the machine learning as well. So why we need to use this Azure AI Studio? So we have some different capabilities of this Azure AI Studio and all. So like that way, so in the previously I think 3 days back I tried one demo, so and then I just removed everything, I just deleted everything. So that's why I think I don't know exactly. So you told me that some services are in the preview, like that it will changing, I don't know exactly. So let me try for this prompt flow, and I would like to tell you how this prompt flow will give and everything. So we have there is a one prompt flow graph. uh, for example, let's say so we have this prompt flow, so we have the input data, so we have the input data like LLMs or prompt or Python, whatever the input. So we need to give, for example, we need to add inputs like that. For example, I need to add some data in the I just add like Pratap. So and then so whatever the data I have given, like this is string values or the double or integer boolean value, so I need to select like that. And then you need to select whatever the value you need to give for this particular model and also. For example, Pratap is a by like that we need to give some I mean data values into the input value. So whatever the input value that you are given, so everything that will be stored in this particular prompt flow and all. So like that way, so we need to whenever we need to we have some output mode. So what is the expected output you need to what is the expected output you are expecting, like that you need to give in this output models and all. And then we have there is a one prompt of how we have the SDK, like so this is the Python code that you have. You need to add like LLM models. You need to add the prompts as well. You need to add the Python code. So we need to add some more tools as well, but it's not enabled. I think it was in preview version only. So like that, this is the prompt flow will plays a key role in this Azure AI Studio for any deployment. So you need to tap on. You need to give this prompt flow for your applications. So you need to add your application to the apps and all like that. It will place. So and we have some fine tuning models, and like that way we can go and utilize this all these services. I think it will I don't have enough time to show. It will take, I mean, yeah. So for this Azure AI Studio, 1 hour and 30 minutes, it's not enough for a simple demo, and it is okay then. So we have all the services. It will takes a lot of time, so we need to conduct one workshop for this one. So I hope, I think I didn't, I mean, demonstrate one particular demo for this one because of this preview and all and all. I think I need to, or I mean, I need to give this. Uh, 1 second. I need to hand over this session to this Thomas right now. So because he's waiting, and it's a time is also I take over the 45 minutes. But what can I do is, so I need to record one particular video. I hand over this particular video to this Azure AI Studio, text to text to generation with Azure AI Studio, and I hand over that particular video to the Nick. And he will put that into this Azure AI community enthusiast user group YouTube channel as well. Then you can understand that. And you have any queries related to this one, please reach out to me, and I'm happy to assist you. Because sorry for this demo is not demonstrated today.
Prathap,
And yeah,
no, don't ever apologize for doing a live demo. I remember
yeah, yeah.
being at a conference and I was presenting on Azure Monitor and I had
Mm,
practiced my demo and I wanted to do it live. And then that same morning, without me realizing, Microsoft changed the whole UI. So
yeah,
I'm in and I look like I'm only a kid who's foreseen this because everything that I was ready for was all over the place. So don't worry about it.
yeah.
And if you can record it and you want to provide it, we'll upload it for the group.
Yes,
That's not
of
a
course I
problem.
can do. Yeah, yeah.
It's not.
And one more thing is that so Azure AI Studio and all, that is the new feature. So we need to, that is in the preview version only. So for Azure OpenAI and all, we have language studio, speech studio, text studio. So we have that is very easy. So that is frequently we are using. So we, if any problem is occurring, we need to solve it within the seconds and all. So this is the thing. So we need to deployment models and everything. So it will there is some headache for this particular fine Azure AI Studio models.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always better
So,
to show the new
yeah,
stuff.
sorry,
Always better.
yeah. So for the sorry for the inconvenience, and thank you so much for this opportunity, Nick and Kevin.
You're very welcome. No
No
problem.
Yeah,
worries.
So
yeah.
we've been looking through the comments. We've had no comments come in, which is always a good thing as well, right? So you've
Mhm.
explained what you showed off very well. And if there are any follow-on comments, I know it's very
Yeah.
late for you, Pratap. So please don't feel like you have to stay online now, right? If there's any
Yeah,
extra
yeah,
comments, we'll feed
yeah,
them back to you, and we'll post the answers up onto the
yeah.
comments
Happy. Yeah,
videos.
yes. Of course, I will be there in the future events for this Azure community enthusiast as well.
Awesome.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Cool.
So then, okay, bye guys, and then I can leave you, and then and all the best to the future events and all. Thank you so much for this opportunity.
Okay.
Thanks, Pratap.
Bye,
Thanks
Nick.
for
Have
joining.
a good rest.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah. Bye. Yeah.
Okay, so next up, we have Thomas. Do you want to bring Thomas back in? There we go. Hey, Thomas,
Bye,
can you hear us
Thomas.
okay?
Hello.
Cool. We can hear you fine. Do you want to share your screen and kick off?
Yes, yes, of course. Can you see? I think
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
perfect.
similar to Pratap, Nick and I will keep an eye on any of the questions coming in on all of the socials. So if anything pops up, do you want us to bring it up? We can bring it up on screen for you, or do you want to wait until the end? What's your choice, Thomas?
Um, I'm fine that you can pop up and
When you
I
get a
don't have a
chance.
problem
Yeah.
to make some break or something else.
Brilliant. Okay, we'll try and help answer them as best we can, but I'll stick up any questions that might come in, so you'll at least see them and you can address them when you have a sec.
Okay, perfect.
Cool. Over to you. Thanks, Thomas.
Yeah. Hello, my name is Thomas Bründl, and today I'm going to present you something about Azure Advisor and how it is related to the well-architected framework. But first, some points to my person. I'm currently working for a cloud provider, Austrian cloud provider, and in the field of hybrid cloud and data center. My experience covers Azure and AWS, but I'm clearly focused on Azure and of course on the hybrid offerings here. And I have also a blog where you can find topics I'm currently working on, and I try to share also the field I'm currently working on in the community. So if you want to get in contact with me and if you have any questions to my contribution, please use one of the shown contact possibilities, email, LinkedIn, Twitter, it doesn't matter. Don't worry, I will show it in the end again. So let's go ahead. So what are we going to cover today? First, I will give you some introduction about the well-architected framework and Azure Advisor. Afterwards, I will cover some general information about the advisor and its functionality. I will show you some the recommendations you are commonly confronted with if you use the advisor, and how the procedure is to solve these problems, and the recommendations. I will give you some overview how you can find um, a way to have a look on the status of your advisor. What are the fields you have to optimize, and what it's all about the advisor score. There's a possibility implement mass remediation, so you don't have to click and to do each remediation to implement the recommendation one by one. So sometimes it's you can scale this. And there's also sometimes a quick fix option, so I will show this as well. And last not but least, you have also to implement reporting and alerting with Azure Advisor, so you don't miss any recommendation. And there are also some configuration options, but I will show it as well, so stay tuned. Okay, when operating a cloud environment, you are constantly confronted with the following questions. The questions are: where is my cloud environment inefficient or uneconomical? Is my cloud deployment correct and in line with the latest best practices? And how can I answer these questions? So all that means that you are constantly confronted with topics as security, costs, efficiency, and best practices. And one way to solve these problems and to be aligned with best practices is in the Azure field to use the Azure Advisor. And there is a general definition by Microsoft. I will read it through. Azure Advisor is a free service integrated into Azure that provides best practice recommendations. These recommendations are personalized and actionable. The recommendation can be used to assess Azure workloads against the 5 pillars of the Microsoft Azure Well-Architected framework. That's fine. I created a simplified definition. So the Azure Advisor is, in other words, a personalized cloud consultant, a personalized cloud assistant. It provides recommendations on best practices tailored to the provisioned Azure resources and services, and it's based on the Azure Well-Architected framework. So that means the next questions we have to cover here, what is the well-architected framework? We have already heard that there are some pillars, and these pillars are cost optimization, means you have to change your mindset how to work with costs. Traditionally on premise, you're working with capex, as means capital expenses, and in the cloud you have to work with opex, means operational expenses, and there are complete different mechanisms behind it. You have pay as you go mechanism, and you don't have to buy infrastructure in intervals and in front of deploying the workload. Then you have the topic security. On-prem, you and in your data center, the traditional way to think about security is to have a perimeter environment, and in the cloud that doesn't work any longer. You have to implement a zero trust and a layered approach to secure your environment. So you have, for example, you have to um, implement multi-factor authentication on the identity level. You have to implement segmented network on the network level. You have to have authorization and authentication on the data level. Each level has to be secured by itself. Then we have the pillar reliability, means that you have to have the uptime of your workload in mind. You have to build your solutions that they can handle some issues like if some service in Azure goes down, there must be some failover mechanisms in place. Then the next pillar is operational excellence, means that you have to implement automation and monitoring solutions to get the best out of your deployment. And last but not least, you have also to have in mind performance efficiency. So your solution must be able to scale, means, for example, you can implement scale sets, and this is also a way to reduce costs. So the pillars in some area does also overlap. So now we have reached the next topic. So how does the advisor works? The advisor analyzes the resources, configuration, and usage telemetry, and then makes recommendation for action based on the well-architected framework. You can define on which level the Azure Advisor should work. Means it can work on subscription level, and it can also work on the resource level. This depends also on the um, scope of permission the person or the solution has to access the resources and the Azure services. And yeah, that are the permissions and the access you should have to use the advisor. Means you need owner, contributor, or reader to have access to these recommendations created by the Azure Advisor. And now let's have a look how you can which recommendations can pop up. There could be cost-related recommendation. One cost-related recommendation is resize or shut down underutilized virtual machine instances. I think this is one of the most common recommendation you find in the advisor port. Then in case for reliability, one recommendation is to enable backup. I think that's also a very important and a very common recommendation. If you don't think about backup with your solution, maybe you should think about deploying it into the cloud. In regards of operational excellence, one recommendation is to create some Azure Service Health Alert. So you will get information if there is an outtake of some services in your Azure region where you host your solution. And if you think about performance, one recommendation could be use managed disk to prevent disk I/O throttling. And in regards to security, one recommendation could be to enable just-in-time access to safeguard your virtual machines. So on the right side, you see a screenshot how the advisor board looks like. You see that the 5 categories, the 5 pillars of the well-architected framework can be found here. And in each of these pillars, you find the number of recommendations that are currently available in your subscription. And then you will also find the number of the affected resources and the impact level. Means blue, orange, and red blue for the lowest impact, medium orange for a medium impact, and high red for a high impact. Easy to remember. Then if you drill down in a category, you receive more detailed information. You receive a description of the recommendations, the impact level again of the recommendation, and the potential improvement if you activate or if you fix the problem, and if you remediate the recommendation. And you also see the number of the resources that are affected. And let's drill down into a recommendation, in one recommendation. And here, for example, you have the service health recommendation. And there are some actions you are able to carry. These actions are you are able to defer the recommendation for a period of time. Sometimes you have a quick fix. You are able to go through the step by step that are the step by steps that are described, and you are also able to reject the recommendation. Means if you have other solution that is not part of the cloud, and it will solve it, then this is the way to have this is the way that the recommendation will not have an impact on your advisor score. But the topic advisor score is something I will cover a little bit later. So now that we have a sense how the advisor works, new questions arise. So these questions are which recommendation should we prioritize? In depending on the number of resources you have in your subscription and in your tenant, also the number of recommendations arise, and so it would be a good strategy to solve and to remediate the recommendations that have the most impact. Yes, that's the next question. Which recommendation is the most effective one? And how to answer these questions, this will lead to the next slide. You can solve this by having a look on the advisor score, and there is also a official definition by Microsoft. I will shorten this. I have a simplified definition, so you can have a look on this official definition by yourself. I will hand over the presentation to Nick, and then you are able to download it if you want to. And the simplified definition is the Azure Advisor score provides information on the extent to which you are complying with the well-architected framework. It helps you to identify which optimizations need to be carried out to generate the maximum benefit for you, and maybe it helps you to identify how far you are in your cloud journey. Um, yes, that's my simplified definitions. So let's see how the advisor score is presented in the advisor dashboard. Um, you see here again a screen, and in this environment you have an advisor score of 84%. So let's look how the calculation of the advisor score is. So there are, if you have long-term recommendations, they are weighted more heavily, and there are sometimes recommendations with greater impact, and if they are more impact, they are weighted higher than recommendations with less impact. And you are able to defer or to reject recommendations, and if you decide to do so, these recommendations are not taken into account, so they don't have an impact to the advisor score any longer. And if you are worried about how the calculation happens, I created some calculation for you um, that is related to the screen we see here. So we have in the cost field, we have 100% and all recommendations are everything is fine on the cost pillar. We have on the security pillar 47%, reliability is 73%, and operational excellence and performance is 100%. And you have to sum it up and to divide it by 5 times 100, and then you will get 0.84, which stands for 84%. So it's not rocket science, but maybe it helps you to understand it more and more easy. And how can the advisor score helps you? You can also have a view on the progress over time. So there is also a so-called advisor workflow you should have in mind, and which you should go through on a regular basis. So the first step in this recurring cycle is check, means you should check the advisor score dashboard to determine if the desired scores has been achieved. To be honest, to have 100% in your advisor score is something I have never seen, and I think it's not possible to reach. So the aim is to be to have a very high level, but it must not be 100%, because it's always a mixture between convenience and security and operational and administrative effort, and you should find the best value for your company and for your environment by yourself. Then the next step is to analyze. Um, you have to look for the categories and which improvements have to be made and which are the most important ones for you. This is something that will also be part of the evaluate step. And after that, you have to apply the recommendations with the desired scores. And also good recommendation in this field is consider quick wins to push up your score more fast. And how do you implement mass remediation, or how can you scale your fixes? There are sometimes some fixes that are already have an automatic mechanisms in place. Means you have a quick fix option, and so you are able to do this and to remediate at scale, because for example, if you get recommendations to scale down your virtual machines, you can select all the virtual machines you want to scale down, because the advisor found out that it would be uh, a good practice to scale down. Then you can select all the virtual machines and say quick fix, and all these machines will be scaled down. And how do you get reporting, and how do you know about new recommendations? There is an option to create an alert. It's the classic way to create alerts over the Azure monitoring solution. You can create a recommendation digest that is sent over to you on a regular basis, and you can do manual exports in PDF or CSV format. And yeah, that's are the ways to get uh, alerts and reporting. And in the end, there are also some configurations available. You can select the scope of interest for your advisor. Means maybe you have a dev environment and you don't want to be you want this environment not to be analyzed, so you can deselect this environment, this subscription. The scope of advisor can be adjusted to resource groups and subscriptions. And there are also two additional configurations that are available in regards of virtual machines. There is one recommendation to scale down and scale up in depending on the amount of CPU usage, and you can adjust the threshold here. And in combination of the look back period. So you can also say, I'm only interested in the last 7 days, and often um, uh, how often was this threshold met. And that's the parameter that can be defined here. So a short summary and recap. I gave you an introduction about the well-architected framework and the advisor itself. We had a look on the Azure Advisor functionality. We explored some examples of the recommendations in each pillar. I showed you how to apply and to fix these recommendations. And I also showed you how to set up the alerting and reporting here, and how to configure your advisor dashboards, and which options are available. Yeah, that's all from my side here. You see that here are also my contact informations again, and if you have any questions, feel free. I'll try to be supportive as I can.
Thomas, thank you very much. That was a really informative session, and thank you also for creating your slides and your background with the Azure Community Enthusiast logos. We appreciate that. So there are no questions that have come in across any of the socials that we've live broadcast this. So clearly you've explained it perfectly, and there's no need for questions. But I thank you very much. I thought it was really good and very, very important. Azure Advisor is often a service in Azure that people overlook, and they just assume because it's there and it's free that it's probably no use. And your comment about you'll never achieve 100%, I agree. It's every few weeks there's a new policy that comes out that drops your score down 10-15%, and you do have to tune it and make sure you turn off those alerts or those notifications if they're not relevant. But I have yet to see an environment that's 100%. And actually, Microsoft had a campaign about 2 years ago, and it was called Mission 65. I don't know if you heard about that, Thomas. But Mission 65's campaign was for Microsoft to try and get as many of their customers on Azure up to 65% or higher of their advisor score. Now, that's kind of been a little bit mixed up now because secure score is separately. You have that in Defender now rather than straight in Advisor. But if you can get in around 65% or higher for your environment, you're in a pretty good place.
Yeah, that's one point I wanted to add here, that there's also the Windows Defender score you should have also in mind. So I think it's a good practice. First, activate Windows Defender in the free tier if you don't want to pay for it, and if you are going to visit the Defender board on a regular basis, I don't think it's a big effort to add the advisor on in this routine as well. Yeah? And you will gain a lot of advantages here. And only if I think about cost optimization. Yeah,
I agree. And what I often say to my customers is, if your advisor score or your secure score in Defender is low, it might take a little bit of time and maybe some investment to bring that score up higher to an acceptable level. But it's not something that you'll have to battle every week. It's unlikely it will drop significantly over a few weeks, unless, of course, you're adding new resources and maybe you're making some security changes. But if you don't change much in your environment on a regular basis, once you resolve the outstanding items that are dropping that score, then it will be maintained and you can be comfortable. And with the alerts and reporting that you showed there, Thomas, then there should be no reason why you can't maintain that.
I totally agree. One of my master thesis for my studies is cloud adoptions, and I'm comparing the different adoptions here, frameworks, AWS, GCP, and Microsoft, and the Microsoft one. And to be honest, the most major one is from Microsoft, and they have the most tools out here.
Yeah, I think their governance story is probably the strongest. I am biased being an MVP, right?
You have to say.
I don't have to, but I do feel from a governance perspective and a management perspective, it's definitely a lot more straightforward than the other two. The other two probably have this somewhere buried in their platform, but from a user perspective and a user experience perspective, I think it's a lot more straightforward.
Someone like your session. Switch to a nice session today.
Susheta, thank you very much. Thanks. So I think, Thomas, there's no other questions that have come in, so I think we'll close it out there and let you go get some sleep. Thank you so much again for coming on.
Let me just quickly wrap it up.
Yep. Thanks, Nick.
And
Bye, everyone. So let me just end this.